Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on what time you're tuning in. Welcome to today's career development tutorial where I train you on how to write a compelling cover letter. Okay, guys, so before we get started, first things first. If you find the content in this session valuable, be sure to like and share. Hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell to make sure you are notified every time I post. Join us on all of our social media platforms as well as check out our website. All of the links will be found in our description down below. So, as a hiring manager, I get to read a whole lot of cover letters and resumes. Some of them are brilliantly written, and some of them, well, they make me tilt my head to the side and go, hmm. So, what I want to do is I want to give you some steps and some tips to help you to pique the interest of the hiring manager reading your cover letter so that you can be first in line to get the interview. Step number 1, start by listing your name and address. As with many standard business letters, you should include a few pieces of information at the top of your cover letter. Some people might center their name and address at the top of the page. Take a look at my example number 1. Otherwise, you might decide to simply list each piece of information on a new line oriented to the left-hand side of the page. Take a look at my example number 2. So for the sake of this example, I decided to use number 2. What's the second step in the process? Include the date. Include the date of the day you are sending the letter. The date line should be separated from your address and the recipient's address. Pay close attention to the example found on your screen. Step number 3, list the recipient's name and address. After the date, you will list the recipient's name and information. You can find these details by looking on the company's website. This information will also likely be listed on the job posting. Take a look at the screen to get an example of what the top part of your letter should look like. Step number 4, open with an introduction. Start by introducing your letter with a standard greeting like dear or hello. For example, dear Ms. or Mrs. Janet Smith. And if you do not know the name of your hiring manager, you would say, Dear Hiring Manager. Step number 5, include an opening paragraph about your intent to apply. Write an introductory paragraph that includes the position you're applying for. You should also include a statement about your enthusiasm in regards to the role and company. Take a look at the example on the screen. It reads, Dear Hiring Manager, I'm excited to be applying for the executive assistant position at Excellence Incorporated. It is clear that you are looking for someone who understands the nuances of managing a CEO's busy day and can proactively tackle issues. As someone with a sharp eye for detail and a drive to organize, I thrive on making sure every day has a clear plan and every plan is clearly communicated. Step number 6, write a second paragraph about your background. Your second paragraph should be a brief overview of your background and is relevant to the position. Here, you should include key achievements, skills, and specialties that make you particularly suited to perform well in the position. Focus on one or two and provide specific details about your success, including measurable impacts you made. Pay close attention to keywords listed in the job description and include those that you identify within the body of your cover letter. You should only include information about your most recent 1 or 2 professional experiences. Take a look at the example on the screen. During my previous role at Sunset Enterprises, I served as the assistant to 3 of the company's 5 executive team members, including the CEO. I was praised for my time management skills, writing abilities, and commitment to excellence. I was publicly recognized at the company's annual meeting for rapidly developing and enacting contingency plans during the hurricane evacuation, which allowed our executive team to continue to operate business as usual during the crisis. Step number 7, focus on another reason why you are qualified in the next paragraph. Your next paragraph should focus on another key achievement or skill that is relevant to the position. Instead of repeating details from your resume, expand on specific stories or anecdotes that display your fitness for the role. Take a look at the example on the screen. From my 12 years of experience as an executive assistant, I understand the importance of being proactive. In addition to being an expert in scheduling meetings, preparing agendas, and managing travel arrangements, I've also developed the ability to anticipate roadblocks and create effective alternative plans. My greatest value to any executive is my ability to work independently, freeing up their time to focus on the needs of the business. Step number 8, conclude with reasons why you are uniquely qualified. Your last paragraph should recap the reasons you are applying for the role and why you would be a great fit. Keep the conclusion brief and explain that you look forward to hearing from the employer with next steps. Take a look at the example on the screen, and it reads, "Thank you for your time and consideration. I'm looking forward to learning more details about the executive assistant position at Excellence Incorporated. I am excited about the opportunity to work with one of our area's leading technology firms, and I'm looking forward to demonstrating how I can help make the lives of your company executives easier." Final step in the process, end with your signature. Sign your name after a closing line like "all the best" or "sincerely." By using these steps, you will be able to write a simple, impactful cover letter that shows employers why you are uniquely qualified for the position. So here are a few final cover letter tips. Customize your header based on your application format. If you're writing your cover letter directly within an online job application, there's no need to include your address or other contact information, as you've probably already typed that into other areas of the application form. If you're including your cover letter as an attachment, you can use the same heading as your resume. Remember to use an appropriate greeting. If you know the name of your hiring manager, go ahead and write that in there. "Dear Jane Smith." If you do not know the name of your hiring manager, then you want to say something like "Dear Hiring Manager." Avoid generic references to your abilities. Whenever possible, tell meaningful anecdotes that tie your skill to concrete problem-solving activities or tangible business results you've worked out in your career. So here's an example of something that's just a little bit too vague. "I'm a proactive team player." Here is something that is a little bit more specific. "In my current job, I proactively jumped in to help launch an internal recycling and waste reduction initiative. Together, our team contributed to a 25% reduction in solid waste production within the company. So you want to go ahead and add just a little bit of statistical data in there to prove what it is you're saying. Also, keep it short and to the point. Unless specified in the job description, there is no required length for a cover letter. When determining how long a cover letter should be, focus on the details that are most important for the job. Read the job description closely to identify the best opportunities to illustrate your qualifications. What professional achievements are you the proudest of? Choose one or two and map them directly to the desired experience and or qualifications the hiring manager is looking for, using just a few details but concise sentences. What attributes is the job description calling for in a candidate? Consider using the cover letter itself as a way of demonstrating those traits. Do not reiterate everything that's on your resume. You want to focus on one or two anecdotes, expanding on how you achieved something specific. Proofread before you submit. Reread your cover letter over and over several times before submitting and keep an eye out for errors of spelling, grammar, or punctuation. Reading the letter aloud can help you pick out awkward phrasing or too long sentences. There are certain common errors that we all have a tendency to gloss over. So make sure to do a slow, deliberating reading that examines each word. If your salutation includes the hiring manager's name, triple check the spelling. So guys, listen. For jobs that require submitting a cover letter, remember that you're getting a valuable chance to illustrate your capabilities and share a glimpse of authentic personality. Take advantage of the opportunity to let your greatest strengths shine, while also showing that you respect the hiring manager's time and attention. That's all for now. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video tutorial.